Greetings from the Black Hills of Dakota Territory, United States of America. Stan Jabalisco here. I would like to introduce the book called Beginner's Guide to Reading Schematics, 3rd edition, published by McGraw-Hill in October of 2013. It has a spiral binding, at least the paper-bound version does. It measures just about 173 pages to the end of the index from the title page. The cool thing about this spiral binding is that it'll lay flat on your workbench. You can fold it back like this. And other attributes of paper books over electronic books include no battery, no boot up, complete immunity to bugs and viruses, and if you spill your Diet Mountain Dew on it, all it'll get is wet. Well, I revised this edition from the previous edition by Traster and Lisk based on some of the requests by reviewers. The first thing that I noticed was that I would like to redraw all of the artwork, so I did. I redrew everything, all of the symbols, every single drawing in here. The people who produced this book actually got a little bit upset with me because there was so many of these little things. But I wanted to do everything I could to make this the best book that I possibly could. One of the things that this book has that reviewers in previous editions had requested is something called Follow the Flow. That is to say, I describe how the currents and signals flow through various circuits described in the book. Now keep in mind, this is a very basic book. That is why it is called Beginner's Guide to Reading Schematics, and drawing them, I might add. But I added a new chapter at the end. And I've already had one person who thought this was a little bit strange. Maybe even made fun of me a little bit, because in this chapter, which I call Let's Learn by Doing, I provide you with information on how to build a simple breadboard, simple test circuit board known as a breadboard. Here's the actual pictorial of that breadboard, and here's the real beast with some components mounted on it, and even a multimeter, brand new Radio Shack multimeter that I bought just a couple days ago. Real cool device. I've made some videos about this too. But here are the basic pieces of equipment on here. In addition, a couple of battery holders, a bunch of components. This thing is a piece of wood with nails pounded into it. And that's mighty old-fashioned, I'll admit. But I guess I'm a mighty old-fashioned kind of guy. But the thing is, I thought, hey, you know, I want it to be easy to see, even for me, and easy for people with fat, blunt fingers like mine to use, and who might have a slight tremor in their hands. I sometimes have that if I drink one too many Diet Mountain Dews. I gotta, you know, that stuff is good, but, you know, I mean, too much is too much. But keeps me on my toes mentally. This entire chapter, you build little circuits, and then I describe for you how the currents flow and show you in a schematic how that works. In other schematics that include some information about the layout, and then in some cases actual layout drawings to show you where the components can go on that circuit board. If I can, here we are. Example. Here's the nails. You have letters and numbers designating them. Now, some people are going to think that's kind of silly and old-fashioned. All right. It's simple, silly, and old-fashioned. Just like the person who edited this book, Stan Jabalisco. Ham radio operator W1GV, by the way, Whiskey 1 Golf Victor. That's what you're hearing in the background there, if you can. is Morse code coming off the air from the ARRL headquarters radio station, a code bulletin from W1AW. So if you're a ham radio operator, you're just getting started, and you are a rank beginner, I hope you'll consider this book. Old-fashioned fuddy-duddy pieces of wood with nails, meaty fingers, and all. Stangibilisco. So enjoy the whole video sequence, by the way, entitled Beginner's Schematics. That's the name of the playlist. It's evolving. If you want me to do a video relating to something in this book, shoot me an email. Go to my website, sciencewriter.net. Shoot me an email based on that address, and have fun. Have fun watching the sequence of videos too, and if you think I'm an old fuddy-duddy and you want to laugh at me, go right ahead. So long.